After choosing your clips, make sure to overlap them like this. Then go to your left side and turn on 3D layers for all of your clips. Create the camera layer by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Shift-C. Copy my settings and then hit OK. Create a null layer by pressing Ctrl-Alt-Shift-Y. And make sure to turn on 3D layer for this null layer as well. Go to your parent and link your camera layer to your null layer like this. After linking your camera layer to your null layer, go to the clip you want to transition to. In this case, we're gonna call this one the second clip and this one the first clip. Highlight your second clip and press P on your keyboard. Using the Z position, which is the third one, I will move my clip backwards because I will do a zoom in transition. You can also press R on your keyboard to change your orientation because I will be rotating my clip for additional camera movement. When you are satisfied with the position of your second clip, select your null layer, press P on your keyboard, go to the first frame of your second clip, and create a position keyframe on your null layer. Move a few frames forward, and adjust your position keyframes to fit your second clip. If you rotated your clip, make sure to add a rotation keyframe on your null layer by pressing R on your keyboard and then adjusting that to fit your clip as well. After adjusting your clip, you can select your null layer, press U on your keyboard twice, and then you can either drag in or drag out both of your keyframes to either make the movement shorter or longer. When you're satisfied, highlight all of your keyframes, press F9 on your keyboard to easy ease them, and then when we replay our clip, it looks like this. For smoother movement, highlight one of your keyframes, open the graph editor, make sure to select speed graph, and then copy my graph. Do the same graph for all of your keyframes. They don't have to be exact. As long as they look similar, it's good enough. Now when we go out of the graph editor and replay our clips, this is what it looks like. The movement is much smoother, and to correctly transition it, you can select your second clip, press T on your keyboard, go to your first frame and create an opacity keyframe. Move this frame forward since it's at currently 100%, and then create a new keyframe by changing the 100% to 0%. Then go to your first clip and create another opacity keyframe. This time, the first keyframe should be at 100%. Then align your current time indicator to your second clip's last keyframe. Go back to your first clip, create another keyframe, but this time set it at 0%. When you go back to our null layer and open our graph editor, make sure the highest point of the graph, which is the fastest part, is in the middle of your opacity keyframes. So now, when we replay, it should look like this. When we go a few frames back, we can see that during the transition process, there are black bars on our screen. To fix that, we can go to our effects and presets on the right, search up motion tiles, and drag motion tiles to your second clip. Set the width and height so that it covers up the entire screen. In this case, I'm going to do 300. Make sure you don't go above 1000 because to me, it causes rendering issues. So after covering up your entire screen with motion tiles, turn on mirror edges. And then when we replay our clip, we can see that it now covers up the entire screen. When you're satisfied with your first and second clips, we can move on to the third clip. Make sure to move this one back as well. And when you're satisfied with the position, we can create another null layer by again pressing Ctrl-Alt-Shift-Y. Make sure to turn on 3D layers for this null layer. And we're gonna call this one the second null layer. Make sure your second null layer is overlapping with your first null layer. When you're done with that, go to Parent and Link. Go to your first null layer and link it to your second null layer. Now go to your second null layer and we're gonna repeat the process of our first null layer. We're gonna go to the start of our third clip, create position and rotate keyframes, move a few frames forward, and then adjust the keyframes according to your next clip. When you're done with the keyframes, highlight them, press F9 on your keyboard to easy ease them, and then copy the same graphs that you did on your first null layer. When you're done with the graphs, repeat the opacity keyframes for your second and third clips. Don't forget to add motion tiles to your third clip. Now when we replay our timeline, it looks like this. To create a smooth camera movement, when we go to our graph editor in any of our keyframes, and you see the tallest part of the graph, this represents the fastest part of our graph, and after this it begins to go down, which means that it's slowing down. Once it starts slowing down, this is when your second null layer's movement should start. So we're gonna move our second null layer and its keyframes to when the graph of our first null layer starts moving downwards. When you do this, make sure to adjust your graphs again, and make sure the highest point of the graph is when your opacity keyframes start. Now when we replay our timeline, this is how it should look like. That's the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. Just an announcement that from now on I will be uploading tutorials for each of my edits. This will be the last long form video tutorial I will upload to my TikTok. I will only be uploading short form tutorials that focus on one effect each for my YouTube shorts and TikTok posts. If you guys want longer, more detailed tutorials like this one, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as that is where I will be posting them from now on. The link to my YouTube channel will be on my bio, so click on my profile and subscribe to my YouTube channel.